Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to the season finale, season 2 of our Williams playthrough here on F1 Manager 22, and the update that we've been waiting for has gone live today. We have a big change. If we go into the settings, you can now see we have this new section here called Aerodynamics Balance. So it now defaults to recommended, which is moderate DRS performance, greater impact from slipstreams and dirty air. They've also tweaked the way the DRS delta works in research as well, so that now has a bigger impact on how your DRS performs as it gets upgraded. So this is the one that we've been waiting for. This is the reduction in ability of the DRS. Also included in this patch is the apparently, I haven't actually seen it happen yet, but the ability to unlap yourself, and also for lapped cars to unlap themselves as well, if they can demonstrate that they have sufficient pace to do so in normal racing conditions and also on the safety car. I did do a couple of races earlier today with my Ferrari playthrough just to try it out, see how it works, and definitely noticed a difference in the way that the slipstream works, in the way that the DRS works. There's definitely less power in the DRS. It's much harder to do DRS passing, which is good. It's still doable, but it's nowhere near as effective as it used to be. So that's a bit more balanced. I did 2 or 3 races. I think I did 3 races. I did a race at Zandvoort where I finally got a safety car with about 6 laps to go, and nothing happened. I was first and third. There were some lap cars between the drivers, and yeah, nothing happened. We just stayed behind the safety car. The whole thing bunched up as a queue, and we then spent the next 3 laps just running to the end behind the safety car. So no visual evidence of the unlapping seen by me yet, but maybe we'll see it tonight. Who knows? It's entirely possible. So this is it. This is the season finale of season 2. As you can see, we are world champions in the drivers' standings. We are still fighting with Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship. 14 points the difference, 44 points available this weekend. 43 for first and second, and then a bonus point for the fastest lap as well. So it's all to play for. We need a good result. If we can get a 1-2, that's pretty much going to guarantee us, I think. Just trying to think. Third's worth 15 points. Fourth is, I think, 12. That'd be 27 against 44. Yeah, that would be enough. That would be enough. So, if we can get a 1-2, which I don't think we will, but if we could get a 1-2, that would guarantee us the championship. Other permutations are too complicated to call at this point, but if Ferrari have a bad day, that just makes it that much easier for us to try and steal this Constructors' Championship from them. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that something will happen. Right, car performance for this final race of the season. Let's take a look, see how it stacks up. There you can see, not the greatest. We've actually lost some cornering ability as well. You can see our medium speed now, we're 4th on the grid. So some teams have caught up with some last minute updates. Let's have a look at Ferrari. Oh yeah, Ferrari are looking mighty in the slow and medium corners now, and that's kind of what dominates this circuit. There's not a lot in high speed cornering here, so that really puts us up against it. They're faster than us in a straight line, they're faster than us in the low speed, they're faster than us in the medium speed. Yeah, that's not good at all for us. It really isn't. I think it's going to be a struggle to take this title, and I think we are going to have to rely on Ferrari doing a Ferrari and messing up in some big stupid way. Keeping my fingers crossed that happens. How you doing, Marcel? Good to see you. So let's go ahead and set our performance targets. We are going to get both cars into Q3 and obviously both cars into Q2. Finish position, one car in 12th, will try for the fastest lap. Gasly's got a good chance of that, but yeah, we've got one race to go and on the streaks as well, so we need to qualify one car in the top 14, and we need both cars to finish in the top 10. So keeping my fingers crossed those both go through okay. I think we've got no points left to allocate. No, nothing for the rest of this season now. Yep, that's it. So let's head on to Abu Dhabi.
We're at YAS Island in Abu Dhabi for the Formula One Grand Prix. The YAS Marina circuit was completed in 2009, and we've seen a fair share of celebration and commiseration over the years since then. The scenery may be spectacular, but this weekend, all eyes will be on the track. There's a reason why the YAS Marina circuit is used as a test track. The long straights put engine power through its paces, while the twists and bends make medium-speed downforce just as important at this challenging circuit. With the season nearly concluded, time is running out for the team. Can anyone make a last-minute breakthrough? Can the leading drivers hold on? Only time will tell. The competition is on.
So, as always, at Abu Dhabi, weather is fine. It's another circuit where it never rains. So, let's get our cars set up. Let's start off by stripping out the good stuff, putting in the worn out stuff. Plenty of engines, as you can see. We'll stick with that ERS module. We've got this one for the race, and we'll stick with that one and use the other one for the race. Gearboxes, yep, that's fine, and we'll switch to this gearbox for practice. Okay. Once again, we're not going to put Logan in the car. It's the final race of the season. We need Teo to be at his absolute best, so I don't want to take any potential track time away from him, because we really need him to perform tonight if we're going to have any chance of winning this Constructors title. So let's start with setups. Let's have a look. I've got 6 setups available to choose from in my little book of setups from previous runs. I'm going to start... excuse me. With a 5.5 and a 12. We're going to go 1.9 on the roll bar. 3.35 on the camber. And a 1 on the toe. That is just in tolerance. Okay, so we'll give this one a go. We're going to go with an 18 lap run. Drop the pace down. Let's do Gasly's car now. We're going to go with a 6.5 and a 12. A 2.8. A minus 2.9. And a 0.7. for this car. So let's see how that one works. And again, 18 laps, drop the pace, and into practice we go.
Okay, radio check.
So, as I said earlier, yeah, patch went live today. It's not just, as I say, affected the DRS, which was definitely overpowered. That has been reduced, which is something we'll easily be able to see here at this circuit. You'll see the difference in the DRS performance on these 2 long DRS straights that we have around the back of the circuit there. We've had the changes to the safety car. Another change they've made is something we were complaining about yesterday, actually. The erratic performance of the weather centre and how the predictions don't line up at all to what's going on the track. That has supposedly been updated. Haven't really seen a massive improvement. I have seen a little bit of an improvement, but I've only had one wet race, so I'm going to reserve judgment on how effective that patch has been. There are a few other little bits and bobs that have been done. They've added some support for something on PC. Not quite sure what. And I think there was another little
balance,
fix that they put in, if memory serves. I don't have the patch notes up, unfortunately. But, yeah, patch went live today, so do go ahead and download it if you haven't already. And you do have the option, as I said, you can't do it during a race weekend itself, but when you're in the main part of the game, back at HQ, or if you're in the new game lobby, etc., you can change the settings at that point. You do have the option of keeping the older style of very powerful DRS with a minimal slipstream and dirty air effect. So you can actually toggle between the two. But we're always going to be using the new recommended settings, unless they improve them even more and come up with another setting. It's going to make the racing more challenging, I hope. This game definitely needs that, because it is far too easy in places, this game. Okay, a 51% performance is pretty poor. We'll have to do some major reworking on that. 90% though for Gaz's car, so that's pretty close. Just a couple of minor tweaks needed there. So, Gasly's car first. The cornering needs a bit of a tweak. The straights and traction need a little bit of a tweak. We can do that with camber. And then change the wing angle back to have a slight effect. That's too much. There we go. To have a slight effect on the straights value there. So now I need to change the toe. So close that right up. Let's give that a go and see how that works out. Let's put on a fresh set of softs. There we go. Teo on his way in. Big changes needed for this car. 51% is pretty poor. Oh yeah, a lot of things but wrong there. So we actually are going to need to go to a 13 rear wing. I only have one 13 set up. So it's going to be a 4.5 and a 13. A 5.5. A 3.15. And a 0.6. So let's take a look at that. Okay, everything looks about right. Maybe the front wing could change a touch. Need to pull the cornering in a bit more. Let's do that. Make those little tweaks there. Okay, let's give this a go and see how this one works out. This is obviously a tweaked version of another previous 100% setup I've used, but it's the only one I have in my little notebook that has a 13 rear wing. So we're having to wing it a little bit on this one. Okay, both drivers going back out again. Looking at the pace. Oh wow, Verstappen. Wait, he did that 126 on different tyres, I think. But yeah, he's looking pretty punchy. So he did his best time on his softs. Perez has done a run on soft as well, and he's 7/10 off max. Bottas looking pretty quick on those soft tyres there. Vettel's up there as well. Where are the Ferraris? Wow. Okay, hopefully the Ferraris are going to have a bad day. It's practice, so these times don't necessarily mean anything, but hopefully the fact that Charles Leclerc is all the way down there is going to be a good thing.
How was the balance?
90%, so big improvement for Teo there. We gained 39% there. Just needs a little bit more work. Maybe we actually need to go back to the one I entered first before I tweaked it. Let's see about Gasly. Did I improve this? Oh, look at that! We almost got it. Just a tiny little tweak to the toe will fix that.
Okay, happy with that.
Okay, that's pretty good. Let's call these guys in. So, just need to tweak the toe. I'm going to go ahead and tweak it to a full 1.0 and see what happens there. And with Teo, so I've gone a little bit too much with braking. I need to go that way. Traction is off now, so let's try a 6.4. There we go. Minor tweaks to braking, cornering and oversteer. A single notch change on the roll bar and no change to the rear wing, so our straights is unaffected. That could be good. We will find out in FP2 because we're not running again.
Fail 84, please. Fail 84.
Still seeing that half a second gap between our two drivers, although they are running different spec of equipment right now on their car, so it's not completely representative. That's why Vettel's looking pretty quick. He's running a new power component by the look of it. He's got a penalty. Perez is also getting a penalty. He said his best time on hards. Interesting. Stroll has a penalty. Schumacher has a penalty. They're not going to be a factor. On to session 2. We'll go with a set of hard tyres. We're going to go with a 25 lap run for both drivers. Let's change his tyres as well. There we go.
How's the radio on track?
How you doing, Jeremy? Good to see you. Right, heading out for FP2. Okay, Perez looking a lot quicker this session. A lot more representative of his pace against Verstappen, which makes me think he's running maybe a new power engine, power unit itself, a new engine, which is a good thing for us because it's more cars that can potentially take points away from the Ferraris, who look a little off the pace. But again, it's practice, so we can't read too much into it. Gasly's going to have to do the big bulk of the heavy lifting in this race. He's got a chance of a victory. I know we kind of play it down every race, but I do think we might struggle to get the win here.
Okay, any comments on balance?
Given that we have lost a bit of ground in with some last minute updates for some of the other teams. And that Ferrari just looks so mighty. We nailed Gasly's car, got that to 100. We only gained 1% with Teo, so I'm going to call Teo in right now and have another look at this one. See if we can figure out where we went wrong. Let me try that. And then tweak the toe. See if that works. Yeah, the Ferraris are looking pretty mighty in terms of performance, but if they are running worn engines and they are going to be a little off the pace, that will give us a chance. Obviously, the potential hurdle is both Red Bulls appear now to be with pretty fresh engines. Obviously, Verstappen had a fresh engine in Brazil and fought his way through quite convincingly towards the end. Perez taking what looks to be a fresh engine this weekend, as is Vettel. It's only an Alpine, but with a brand new power engine, a brand new power unit, that car is going to be pretty quick. As you can see, joint first really in the timings at the moment. So we can't afford to be too complacent with Gasly's chances. He's definitely got a chance of a win. If we can get him on the top step of the podium, that would be immense for us. It really would. And then if, getting Porsche as high as we can, if we can get both of our cars ahead of both of the Ferraris, that would be the ideal scenario, because we need to outscore them by 14 points or more to win the Constructors' Championship.
Did somebody spin out there?
As I said, the ideal result is obviously going to be a 1-2. That will guarantee us the Constructors, but unless something dramatic happens to the rest of the field, there's no way I'm going to be able to get Porsche up there.
How do you feel about doing another lap on this set?
Oh, we've gone the wrong way with Teo's car here. That's not good. Alright, let's call him in again. Okay, so I went the wrong way on the front wing, so I need to dial that back that way. Which means I need to correct that way. Alright. Touch wood, that's going to fix it. How you doing, Mr. Water?
Someone's run wide.
Set him out for the last couple of minutes. Just to get a little bit of a head start on gaining feedback, hopefully.
It's a good session all in all, I think. Still learned a lot.
Okay, so into the final session. We're not quite sure where we are with
Here we are, back for
Porsche's car, but we know that we're sorted with Gasly. He's got 100%. We just need to get him some time on track. So let's put on some medium tyres. Let's give him another... Let's actually go a little bit more fuel this time. Let's go 28 laps, just to be sure. 25 should be enough, but we'll go 28 just in case. A lock-up could cripple his curve, so a little bit of extra fuel would certainly help. We're going to go with 30 laps of fuel in Teo's car. He just needs that a little bit longer on track. And hopefully we've gone the right way with the setup this time.
Yeah, we can now. Radio check.
Okay, so we've definitely overfueled the cars, but as I said, just in case something happens, like a lock-up or a spin that's going to flatten out their track acclimatization curve, then having that extra fuel means we don't have to pull them back in again. We've got a VSC. Is that a Ferrari or is that an Alpha?
So, good with safety car.
Not sure. Oh, it's an Alpha. It's Alonso.
We've had a crash.
See, there was a new update for Red Bull Manager today. Yes, it's the DRS and unlapping update. I have seen the changes to DRS in action. I have not yet seen any cars unlap themselves. I did do a few races, 2 or 3 races earlier on my Ferrari save file. But who knows, we might see that tonight. This is a circuit where there is definitely a chance of a safety car. Ooh, Sainz showing a bit of pace this session.
Balance update when you can. Balance update.
95%. Okay, we're getting closer with Teo's car. We'll call him in now. Make some last minute adjustments. Still not there. I've got to go with a 4 then. Is that going to do it, or is that going to break my straights? I hope not. Let's go with 20 laps of fuel, which is probably more than we need, but better safe than sorry.
I think someone's run wide.
Okay, we're almost finished with Gasly, just needs a couple more percent. Well, he doesn't even need that, I could pull him in right now, but we'll get him up to 100. There we go, let's call him in. What about Teo? Can we get him up to 100 on his setup? have another crash. It's another VSC. Ignore that.
It's a crash!
97%. Still not there. Alright, well, let's get him up to 100% on his track knowledge. And then we'll see if it's a quick and easy fix that we can do for
Do you
quali.
think you benefit from another set?
We haven't got time to do another run in this session. Let's call him in. Still not there. Okay. I can't take that any lower. The only thing I can do is tweak it that way. Let's see if that's enough. It's a gamble. I'm going to take the gamble. Because I don't know. I would get a 15 out of 15. As things currently stand. That's too late to do that. I can always roll it back. I think I'll roll it back. I'm not going to gamble to chase 100% when I've already got the 15 out of 15. That's the most important thing. So as soon as that the session's over and we get back, unless I can do it now, there we go. Let's revert back to the 97% that we know is going to work. Let's make sure we keep the full 15 bonus. If I drop the setup by another point or two, which is possible with an unknown tweak, I might lose a point on my bonus. Yeah, the Ferrari's again looking a little off the pace. If there's any practice, we can't read too much into that, but hopefully that'll mean they'll be a little off the pace in the race. We need to put in the best stuff we have now. It is the last race of the season, so our best engine is this one. And that one. Now, two 88% engines. They're pretty good for the final race. ERS units, we're going to go with the best ERS we've got for both cars. Both are effectively brand new. Gearbox. See, I'm seeing a lot of parts that we've purchased as additional parts that we probably didn't need to. That's something to think about for next season. I suppose it depends how good a car we have next season. We've been able to save engines and reduce pace on some occasions this year to look after the car. And next year we might not be able to do that. We won't have anywhere near as many development hours to boost the car. We might have to take additional components next season. Okay, best stuff is in the car. Let's head into quali. Oh, wait. I've installed a powertrain car part on car 1. Have I? Oh, it's the bonus ERS. I never used it. I bought it and never used it. Okay, we'll have to go with that one then. If I put that in and use that, that's a penalty. I cannot afford a penalty. There we go. How you doing, Anthony?
Radio check.
Alright, let's get an early run in. Oh, it's not a clean run for Paul. Oh, actually, no, it might not be too bad. I think both drivers might have been held up a little bit, but it should be enough to get us through. So,
There's been a crash. Sounds like a single car. Let's take a look at the replay. Now just focus on the Haas.
if only Kevin had collected the Ferrari there.
nasty
That would have
crash
been
there.
beautiful. Take a Ferrari out in
The team
Q1.
are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened out there.
Okay, so we have got a bit of a pace advantage with Gasly. Oh, Leclerc is a bit off the pace. Did he get held up, or is that
sounds like
just his
someone's
pace?
gone wide there.
Please make that just his pace. Well, what's Verstappen going to do when he gets a clean run? See if either Ferrari improves as well.
We'll get some comments when you're plugged back in.
Oh, that might slow up Leclerc.
Oh, big lock up there.
It did, but he's still going to get through. He's still faster than Teo. Vettel goes faster than us. Verstappen and Perez improve. Wow, Vettel is looking really fast with that brand new engine. That is interesting. It's very interesting. It's another car to take points away from Ferrari, but it's also potentially a car that's going to take points away from us as well, which is not good. So we'll have to see how that works out in the race.
Radio check, can you hear me?
Oh, let's put on the scrubs.
Copy.
Right, I want a nice clean run here. I want to get through without having to use another set of tyres. Okay, no traffic to deal with. I don't think we'll catch the Red Bull, not the Red Bulls, the Alpha Tauris in time for them to play a factor. Wow, Porsche's looking quick. There we go. That's down to the improvements they've made to the slipstream. You saw there how they've part of the update for today is to make the slipstream more powerful. Which seems a little backwards at first thought, but it does make a little bit of sense once you sit down and think about it. But they've also improved the, increased the effect of dirty air as well to make that more potent. So you saw there that the slipstream gave Porsche a big boost in the first two sectors, and then we got into the slow, twitty stuff. The dirty air meant that he couldn't keep pace with Gasly and dropped back in the third sector. Well, that's enough for us to get through. Everyone else has done their runs on scrubs as well. We should see a flurry of cars going onto new tyres for their second run. Yep, there we go. New tyres going on all across the board.
All right, buddy. Good job once again. See you in the office shortly.
Okay, what can Vettel do this time around? Did he just get a lucky slipstreaming in Q1? Yeah, he's a bit off the pace this session, so maybe he did just get a lucky slipstream. The pace of Perez and Vettel will definitely be helpful, but as you can see, they've both got penalties. They're going to have to fight their way through the field. They're probably going to take 5-place penalties, but they are potentially going to be 10-place penalties, depending on how many engine components they've had to change and which ones they've changed. Final run, Q3, brand new tyres. We'll wait till the end of the session to make our run, get the track at its absolute best.
You can hear me, yeah?
Radio check, okay.
And this is where we take a bit of a gamble, because if something happens on our run, either in front of us or to one of our drivers, then it does screw them over a little bit. But it does mean we get to save an extra set of tyres going into the race, which could prove very, very useful. Right, let's send our guys out. Gasly and then Porsche. We want Porsche to try and get that slipstream and stay tucked in behind Gasly. And because this is the final qualifying of the season, we are going to watch the lap. Once again, Porsche using that slipstream to go faster than Gasly in the first sector. And you should visually see him start to close in again down here. Just a little bit. Alright, into the tricky final sector. This is where Porsche is at his weakest. Have we got a pole position in us for Gasly? It's gonna be tight. No, we don't. Not quite. But we have got second and third. That is excellent. Both our cars ahead of the Ferraris. Sainz, who looked pretty strong earlier in qualifying, has dropped back a little bit. That's not what I was expecting. Leclerc has picked up some pace, which is disappointing. I was hoping he was going to be a little off the pace. But that's not bad. You know, second and third. We are up there. We're going to be up there with Verstappen. If we can try and drop the Ferraris early on, that would be perfect. Let's have a look at strategy options. So Perez with that penalty, as has got Vettel and Stroll, and then at the back of the field we also have a penalty for Mick Schumacher as well.
It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Seeing how they did in qualifying, Williams are going to be the team to watch here. They'll be starting strong at the top of the grid and will have many opportunities to steer the race in their favour. We saw some Ferrari, and they're sure to have their chance to push even further during the race. The weather is very overcast here, and teams are staring at the sky watching for the first sign of rain. Strategies might have to be quite flexible going into today's race.
And the anticipation is reaching boiling point here at the YAS Marina circuit. Do you think it's time to get started? Well, the fans here at Abu Dhabi do.
Every time I hear that Abu Dhabi do, it makes me think of two things. It makes me think of Scooby-Doo and Fred Flintstone. Every time. Right, so strategy is only going to have to be flexible if we get a safety car. It's not going to rain. It never rains here. So, it looks like the two-stop is going to be the strategy of choice. Do I start on the softs and try and pull away as quick as I can at the start? Or do I go a bit more conservative, go with the mediums? I wonder actually, can I go medium, medium, soft? Can I make a medium, medium, soft work? Not really. I mean, I can make it work, but pace-wise it's just not there. How about a medium hard soft? Do I start strong or do I finish strong? I'm going to start strong. I think that's the safer call. We need to maintain or even gain track position at the start. I'm going to not take any extra fuel out of the car. I want to have fuel to burn for this race. We are going to go aggressive off the line. We're going to try and break away quickly and see if we can actually create a bit of a gap like we did in Brazil. With the DRS having been reduced in its potency, it will be a lot harder for DRS swapping to be an effective tactic, which is going to be good and bad. The bad thing is it's going to be harder for us to pull away. The good thing is it's going to be harder for the cars behind to catch up. So yeah, if we can go really aggressive off the start and actually create a gap in the opening couple of laps, we might actually be able to keep that gap and not be closed in by cars overtaking under DRS, because that is a lot harder to do now. So yeah, here we go for one final time this season. Let's go racing.
There's a very overcast night in store for the drivers, who are now lined up on the grid. And there we have Pierre Gasly. They're in second place on the grid, but that could so easily change in the first few seconds of the race. And looking at the second Williams car, they've managed a third place start for this race, but can they turn it into a win? Everything's been building to this. Hold on tight, it's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alright, Verstappen's made a good start, but Gasly's going to get him. Up the inside, Gasly roars through into the lead.
You're doing a good job.
Now I need Teo to do the same and roar past Verstappen on the run down to the big sweeping hairpin now. Doesn't get him. Can he get him on the exit up to the chicane? Bottas has got ahead of Leclerc. That's excellent. Leclerc's got him back. But that fighting has caused them to drop behind by over a second, which is excellent. We've broken the DRS already. A reminder, a 1-2 will guarantee us victory in the Constructors' Championship regardless of where Ferrari finish. A 1-3 might, depending on how well Ferrari do. As things currently stand, we are, I think, going to win the Constructors. Yes, we will, by 7 points, if things stay as they are. But ideally, we'd like to get past Verstappen. I'm actually going to turn off Gasly's battery. I'm going to turn off his fuel burn and his tyres.
And keep going with the lift
Turn
off.
off
You're doing very
Teo's
good job.
tyres.
Keep going with the lift off.
Keep his fuel burn going a little bit longer.
Okay,
Keep his...
we'd like you to slow down, please.
Actually, we'll turn his DRS off as well, his battery off as well. Let's stay tucked up now and wait for the DRS.
Lift and coast.
What tyres is everyone else on? Verstappen's on mediums. Everyone's on mediums apart from, you know, Russell, Alonso, Perez and Schumacher at the back, which doesn't matter. Perez should fight his way through the field, hopefully pretty quickly on those tyres. There we go, he's past Alonso. No, Alonso's got him back. We need Perez to get involved in this fight as quickly as possible, moved up, so that he can, you know, start hassling the Ferraris.
DRS enabled. DRS enabled. Come on, let's go get those points.
Gasly should sprint away, even running at standard pace like this, because he is on the faster compounder tyres. But we do need to get Teo past Verstappen and then break clear from Verstappen as well. We can't afford to drag Verstappen along with us. So here we go with the DRS. We're not getting a pass done this time because of the positioning here, but you can see, well, hopefully you saw the slower gain of acceleration there. We'll ride on board and see if we can make the pass here. There is definitely a reduction in the effectiveness of DRS, which you should spot here. See, we closed up a little bit, you know, slower at the start there compared to how we would normally have done. Put a little bit more battery in the car. I've got to be careful not to let Leclerc get back within 1 second here.
No lift and coast required.
I want to be able to sprint away from Verstappen on this lap. You still think it's powerful? I think it depends on how you've developed the car. Like I said, I did 2 or 3 races earlier today once the update dropped with my Ferrari playthrough, and I noticed a definite reduction. What they have done to counteract some of the DRS reduction is to actually make slipstream more powerful. So you can see here, look how much slower we are in closing up on Verstappen there, and we're in push mode. Obviously we're not using battery, but we really didn't gain an awful, you know, lot of speed over him like we would have done previously once we pulled out of the slipstream there.
Okay,
and they have also
space
increased the effect of dirty air as well, which means in the corners it's now a little bit harder to follow.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Like I say, I only did a couple of races earlier today, and with a car that was so ridiculously more powerful than the rest of the field that I didn't really get to see huge benefits personally. But tonight will be a good shakedown, I think, to see just how effective those changes have been. Right, we do need to try and bring our cars together, so I'm going to put Gasly into harvesting mode to slow him down. We're pushing with Porsche. Try and break the 1 second if we can. We're not going to. Not this lap. But let's see the gap between Porsche, see how much it changes. See how little that came down. That would have gone down by at least half a second, you know, previously. I mean, it came down by about 4/10 all told under braking. But he was definitely a lot slower in catching up there. There isn't that immediate oomph of extra pace that there was before. Okay, and we have now caught, so let's increase the pace.
Okay.
I don't know if we can actually break away
Lift and coast
with
required.
both cars. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. Please be a Ferrari. It is. Oh! I think a
DRS
Ferrari
disabled,
might have some
DRS
damage.
disabled.
We can
No, he
take
just
a
ran
look
wide.
now. Let's have another look. Science is the focus here.
I
They're
saw a
well
Ferrari had
racing
slowed
right
right
there.
down. I wondered if
That
he had
isn't
damage,
good.
but no, he just ran wide. Okay, let's put a harvest on Porsche.
Recharge back on, please. Recharge on.
We'll try and sprint our cars again once we make our pit stop. There's no point trying to do it now because I've had to burn the tyres already a little bit on Porsche's car, and Verstappen will just close back up after a few laps, given he's got a very, very quick Red Bull with tyres that are going to be a lot more durable than our softs. So it's now just about trying to maintain first and second and protect each other, running in this position like this. Try and keep Verstappen in third. I don't want to sprint too much throughout the race as well, even though it's the final race and we can push the engines as hard as we want. The harder I push my drivers, the more likely they are to make a mistake. And we saw, you know, what happens when you make a mistake. Last night in Brazil, we lost out on winning the championship last night because we made a mistake with Porsche. Just locked up and threw away a 1-2 position we were running in. And we went from winning the World Championship to staying 14 behind. Yeah, we did halve the point gap, but I say we could have won the Constructors last night. Or at least been level on points. Or even a couple of points ahead. So Teo's going to make the stop first ahead of our two drivers, and then Gasly will stop the lap afterwards. That'll give Porsche, who is the slower of the two drivers, a lap more on fresh rubber, you know, to try and keep pace with Gasly effectively, you know, as Gasly does his in-lap.
Let's go recharge off. Recharge off.
We are definitely pulling away from the
Charge
Ferraris
on.
though, which is
Charge on.
excellent.
Copy.
By dragging Verstappen along with us, we are potentially making it things harder for us in terms of getting a 1-2 later in the race, but we are also helping create that buffer between us and the first Ferrari. So if we can at least keep Verstappen ahead of both Ferraris, that's one more position that the Ferraris can't just claim.
Let's see if we can focus on recharge, please.
The more points we can take away from them, however we do it, either by ourselves or getting other cars in between us, the better.
Okay.
There again is another example of the DRS effect being reduced, because we're in charge mode. Normally Verstappen would have just powered around the outside of us there, but because of the way that the changes have been implemented, he couldn't get up to speed in time to actually make that pass. Another yellow flag in sector 3, someone running wide again. It's Bottas, damn it.
I think we've had a car run wide. Let's
Bottas
have a
was a
look.
buffer car for
Now we
us.
see Valtteri Bottas.
Look at that, he was ahead of both the
Going
Ferraris,
wide like
and
that
then he's
could
just
cost
dropped
them valuable
all
time.
those positions. Right, Porsche has actually dropped out of DRS range, so he's going to get overtaken here. That's okay. We'll find a way back through.
Keep your head in the game.
Red Bull moved up.
Recharge off.
Verstappen's so mighty under braking. Just slow him down through this section here.
Charge on.
Make sure that Porsche doesn't get dropped again. Still in danger of getting dropped.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
I think he is going to get dropped. He is, but if he can at least close in on Gasly, then he can follow Gasly's DRS on the next straight. There we go.
Red Bull gained a place.
Charge off. Charge off.
Copy.
Oh, nice move from Gasly at the inside there. Can he hold it? Someone's locked up. Does that help us in any way? We have a crash.
Let's take a closer look. Now just focus on the hats.
Oh, that's a
And there's
big
the hit,
shunt.
And it's crystal clear who was in the wrong there.
Magnussen just ploughing into the back of someone there. I think it was Schumacher. Tires really struggling to keep up here. Just about hanging on. Those tyres are really falling away.
Let's go recharge on. We need recharge off.
And this time Gaston makes the move stick. It was a great dive up the inside.
Very good job.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Need to drop the pace.
Yeah.
Again, just trying to slow down Verstappen a touch. Let Porsche try and stay within range. He's still risking getting dropped in that first sector. He hangs in again.
Charge off.
Yeah.
Alright, there we go. We're kind of getting into a little bit of a sweet spot there now. Let's just take a little bit of pace out of the tyres for
we'd like you to
Teo.
slow down, please.
I don't want him to be completely dead before he gets to his pit stop. Ferraris are starting to catch a little bit as our tyres are falling away. Just as well we're pitting in the next couple of laps. This will still give us the Constructors' Championship, but now only by 5 points, not 7. Oh, and Porsche has been dropped. Okay, so let's. Porsche's tyres are really struggling. I'm going to pit him next lap.
Okay, push. Let's go.
But actually, he's dropped out and he might not get back in again. I'm going to pit him this lap. It's a little earlier than I would have liked, but...
Okay, let's box now, please.
He's going to be vulnerable if I just leave him exposed on his own. I don't want to use the DRS, the battery, the ERS, because I want to use that when we come out of the pits to help facilitate overtakes. Using battery to get some of these passes done is definitely going to be a lot more important, I think, now, when you've got similar pace performance with tyres. When you've got a clear gulf in tyre performance like we have there with Verstappen getting past Gasly, you know, then the passes should theoretically be a bit easier. But given that our car is in need of some development, as it has slipped down the order a little bit in these last few races, it will be harder for us to overtake. There we go, fresh tyres for Porsche. I'm going to keep Gasly out for at least this lap, probably next lap. I'll pit him at the end of next lap. As soon as he's hanging onto the back of Verstappen quite nicely, we'll try and just stretch those soft tyres a little bit more. Where's Porsche come out? 2.5 seconds behind Ricciardo. So he's got a little bit of clean air. Let's see how quickly he can close that gap down. Oh yes, speaking of safety cars, that's the other thing that's been changed. I remember now. The window for the AI to pit under a safety car in terms of their tyre life window has been increased. So we've seen in the past, you know, a safety car will come out, the AI will stay out, and then the safety car will come in, and then like 2 laps later the AI pits. That will hopefully, it's still going to happen from time to time, but hopefully that will be less frequent as they have increased the window that the AI will consider pitting when they're under a safety car for their, in terms of their tyre life. As we see Russell, Perez and Alonso getting rid of their softs. Schumacher already got rid of his when he got hit by Magnussen. And we've halved the gap to Ricciardo. That's good. We should hopefully at this rate be on him for DRS at the end of the next lap, or the end of the next straight. Yeah, there we go. We're inside range now, so we'll have DRS to try and hopefully pass Ricciardo straight away. We're going to go into overtake for this as well. I want to get this move done nice and quickly.
Overtake available.
There we go.
Doing a great job.
Can't afford for him to get held up here.
Yeah, in the box.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay,
And a new
Gasly's in.
position, just gained by Williams.
So this is probably going to bring him out behind Porsche, but it shouldn't be by too much, given that he was riding in Verstappen's wheel tracks. There is Teo, just going around the corner. Oh no, actually, we're ahead of Teo. Oh wow, okay, did not expect that. That was Hamilton that whizzed through. Porsche is in our DRS, that's perfect. So I'm going to use this opportunity to try and put a bit more charge back into Porsche's car. Okay, Hamilton's going to be out for a few more laps yet. Don't want to get held up here.
On can use the deploy.
Copy.
Okay, they're both going to try and go through. That's perfect.
Good job, Pierre.
Doing a good job, let's keep it up.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Okay, good stuff. Both our cars move through. What is the gap? We are 18 seconds behind Verstappen now. We are lapping 6-7 tenths per second faster than Verstappen, and we're lapping over a second faster than the Ferraris. Excellent stuff. In fact, Porsche on that last lap, because he had the double DRS there, ended up actually going 2 seconds faster than Sainz. Gasly a second faster than Leclerc. That's good. That's very good. Alright, this is not good. Porsche and Gasly fighting. Again, if we use the let your teammate through command, we will lose too much time. Just got to hope that they can get it done on track without too much trouble. And again, he's not getting through. This is frustrating. We're still closing down, but we could be closing down faster if Gasly was ahead of Porsche. Especially through this section. Still no stops for the AI. Oh, yellow flag in sector 1. Last thing I want now is a safety car.
We've just had a car run wide. Here's the replay. Okay, here's the Ferrari.
Okay,
Goodness me.
did Sainz damage his underfloor there? I hope so. Anything to take a little bit of pace out of that car. Now I need Gasly to get this move done. I'll use some battery if we don't get it done on this straight here. Right, that's a clean looking run. Yeah, there we go, that's the move done clean. They both get DRS because we were close enough to the back of Bottas and Norris. Excellent stuff. Okay, we're trying to fight through on the inside. He's going to become stuck on the outside through here. Come on, tuck in behind. Ah, this is frustrating. Right, let's try and punch through as quick as we can through these cars here. There's the Ferraris.
Okay,
Wow, we caught them up quick.
Okay.
As Ricardo pits, it's not the McLaren we needed to pit. Stroll pits, Ocon pits, Tsunoda pits. And they are going onto hard tyres. Yeah, hard all round. We have not yet managed to make a pass. That's not good. Come on. Verstappen has a 10-second lead over the Ferraris now. So he's definitely going to be in a position to take points away from the Ferraris, but is he going to take points away from us as well? As we get both cars through past Bottas.
Nicely done.
Norris up next.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
So recharge on, please. Need a recharge off.
See if I can get Gasly through coming out of this
Battery is high. You can use overtake if you need.
Okay.
Go and have a look up the inside. Nope. Okay, let's go into normal deployment mode. Norris thinking about covering us off. We've got that move down the inside. Ooh, very late on the brakes for Norris there. Come on, these guys are on old tyres. We need to get through them quickly. Oh, what a move. Just dives up the inside there. Brave, brave, brave move.
Very good job, Pierre.
And he gets 2 places.
Looks like a good
And
move
Verstappen
for
pits.
Williams.
Okay, what about the Ferraris? Are we going to see them pit this lap as well? No, both of them stay out. Verstappen onto hard tyres. Okay, so Verstappen was 10 seconds ahead of the Ferraris. Let's see how far behind he is when he comes out. He's going to be behind both of our cars. Well, he's going to be definitely behind Gasly, maybe not Porsche. Ah, Bottas, Norris, Vettel all pit now. So he is behind us, but not by much. Oh, so he's going to be on much better tyres than us now. And
Okay, we have Bottas in the pit straight now.
that's hurt us, being stuck behind those guys for a couple of laps.
Okay.
That's definitely hurt us. Right, I want to try and catch up to Gasly with Porsche if I can. Without bringing Verstappen with me. It's going to be tough. I'm almost out of battery. I should just about be able to do that, I think. Ferrari is just 3 seconds ahead of us now.
No more DRS.
And Leclerc hits the pits, so he's going to come out quite a way behind. Okay, Leclerc rejoining about now. So he's lost 18, well, just under 18 seconds. I would have thought it would have been a longer time loss than that. Alright, Porsche is back in range just in time because he's got no battery left.
Okay, recharge on, recharge on.
He just swooped through. That's not good.
Charge off.
I need Gasly to get back through again as quickly as possible. Is Sainz pitting this lap? Yes, he is. Ow. Verstappen creeping up a little bit. Alright, make the move. Don't get stuck. There we go, that's a clean pass. Unfortunately, Verstappen, being mighty on the brakes as he is, has caught the back of Porsche in the process. So we're kind of back to where we were, and we're just going to have to not worry about battery charging for a while now, because last time we did that, we lost out to Verstappen. We'll just sit like this for a bit. We've got a nice, comfortable 15.5 second lead from Gasly to Leclerc there. Sainz another couple of seconds further back. And Perez is not too far behind Sainz now, although he is on much older tyres. So hopefully that Red Bull will get in the mix and take more points away from Ferrari. After the way things fell apart for us last night at Sao Paulo, when we were, looking very pretty with a 1-2 and the Ferraris looking out of it, to then a lap and a half, 2 laps later, to see Teo way down the order and then the Ferraris just pull their way back up through the points. Sainz especially just having cars spinning out in front of him, gifting him 4th place. I thought that was it. I thought we were done in the constructors. I knew we'd closed the gap, but I thought it was going to be too much to overcome here. And well, we're performing better than I expected with Gasly, and much better than I expected with Porsche. I did not think he would be up for it like this. And speaking of Sainz spinning,
let's take a look at
someone, Sainz benefiting from car spinning. This time he's the one who spins, and he loses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positions at least.
The team are really disappointed with that. Let's hope it doesn't set them
And
back
that
too
might have
badly.
just handed the constructors to us, regardless of what happens with Verstappen now. He's down in 11th. He's out of the points. As things currently stand, we are now winning the Constructors' Championship by 18 points. That's huge. That means if things were to stay as they are in terms of if Sainz stayed 11th at the end of the race, and Porsche could have afforded not to finish at all, and we would still win the Constructors. Assuming that Leclerc finished 4th and Sainz finished 11th, if Porsche or Gasly, but I said Porsche because he's in 2nd and that's worth 18 points. If he didn't finish, then that would be enough. That would still be enough. We only have to tie. We don't have to win. outright, because we will win on countback, having won a lot more races than Ferrari this year. We've won 12 of the 21 races so far this season. Okay,
it's all good.
Verstappen forced his way through. So let's
Alright mate, recharge on.
try and get a bit more battery in while he's tucked in behind Pierre. Hopefully Pierre can hold him back and we can use the DRS to stay with them and recharge at the same time. Just got to be careful through this first sector. This is one of those sectors here, without battery you can lose quite a long time in that first few corners. Okay, Gasly's holding back Verstappen. Porsche closing back up again under braking. Perez has dropped back from Leclerc, so Leclerc's better tyres are helping him pull away. Perez is stuck in a fight as well with 5 cars there, which is also not doing him any favours. Gasly is overtaken by Verstappen. Okay, so I can't charge Porsche anymore.
Recharge off.
It's a little bit of extra battery that we got in there. Not much, but it all adds up. And I kind of want to watch this fight. Let's take the middle car. Try and get more than shot. 5 cars nose to tail through here. Oh, and Perez runs wide and immediately drops out of that fight there. It's going to drop him in front of Sainz, who has got past Alonso, so Sainz back up to 10th. But with us dropping positions and Sainz moving back up, let's see what that does to the constructors. We now have a 6-point advantage. We will go 6 points clear. Gasly gets back in front. Good stuff, Gasly. Although he probably did it at the worst possible place. Verstappen's going to get the DRS now. Yep, there he goes.
No lift and coast required.
Okay, charge on, charge on.
Copy.
Alright, let's see if I can just stay tucked in with both cars here and get their batteries charged. Verstappen was always going to get back in front of us at some point because he has the better tyres. I'd hoped we could hold him back longer than we did. But these tyres are in better condition at this point in their stint compared to the softs, because we haven't pushed these tyres.
Let's go recharge on. Can we do lift and coast?
Again, Porsche's tyres a little bit more worn. He did those extra couple of laps before he did those extra couple of laps before he boxed Gasly. But it was enough for Porsche to retake the fastest lap. That little bit of extra fuel burn there. As Sainz gets past Perez. So he's up to 9th. That's another point for Ferrari, although we've cancelled that out by taking the fastest lap. So it's still a 6-point gap.
And recharge off. No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
Porsche starting to struggle a little bit. Going to have to use that battery to get back into range again. I want to try and keep him in the slipstream, in the DRS of Gasly. Just because he is lacking that pace, it just helps pull him up the field a little bit further, keeps him away from Leclerc, keeps him away from the Ferrari, which does have better tyres, and if Porsche ends up isolated on his own, he will start losing time to Leclerc, which we do not want at all. That's why I've been leaving Gasly in charge mode, just to make it a little bit easier for Porsche to close him back up.
Need to drop the pace.
Yeah.
Again, he's struggling for traction. I think I might have to, if it carries on like this, I might have to just let Porsche get dropped. I really want to get him close enough that I can actually start to just protect his tyres a little bit. Try and get a little bit more life out of them before I pit onto the mediums. Hello Colin, I didn't actually see you there for a moment. Apologies for not acknowledging you there. Right, there we go, Porsche's finally back in, so now we can turn that off.
Charge off.
Turn that off.
Okay.
Lift and coast required.
Now we risk Gasly having dropped out of range.
Like you to slow down, please.
Just about stayed in. That was close, that was very close.
Let's lift off, please.
Okay.
We need a little bit more lift off, please.
Yeah.
It's such a balancing act trying to keep these two in range while protecting their tyres. Just about keeping them in DRS here. They're both on the cusp. It's going to be much easier for Gasly to stay in range. Pourchaire's struggle. Yeah, he's dropped out again. Alright, it's time to cut bait, I think. Yeah, it's time to cut bait. We'll get Pourchaire fully charged. We'll let him protect his tyres to try and extend his stint a little bit by an extra lap or two if we can. Gasly is going to be able to stay tucked up with Verstappen. We can extend his stint by an extra couple of laps, no problem at all. I want Verstappen to try and
That was a very good lap.
be in a position to fight for the win,
Yeah, copy.
because the extra 7 points from finishing second to first could mean the difference between winning the Constructors and not. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that gap between Pourchaire and Leclerc. It's 16 seconds this lap. Let's see what it is at the end of the next lap. It already looks like it's coming down. I don't know what Verstappen's going to do with his next stop. Whether he's going to go for softs or mediums. Could go either way.
Good job.
Red Bull moved up.
Okay, Sainz back down to 10th. As soon as I said that, he moves back up to 9th. I really shouldn't just say anything, should I? And back down to 10th again, there we go. So those two definitely side-by-siding at the moment through... where are they? Oh, they're just going through the hotel section right now. Into the last corner. That fighting will hopefully keep them from catching Bottas and Russell too fast. We want Sainz to stay further down the order for as long as possible. Right, Porsche is almost fully charged, which is good because he's bleeding time at the moment. It's both Verstappen and Gasly and to Leclerc. Just charging up the battery on this circuit, you lose so much time. Especially when you're isolated and you haven't got DRS to help you out on the straights. Okay, we're into the pit windows. "13 seconds the gap to Leclerc." Again, the Ferraris could be like Verstappen. They could go mediums for their next set of tyres. They could go softs. If they go softs, they're going to be very quick in the final stint. This is why I'm trying to protect Gasly's tyres as long as I can, so that if Verstappen does go softs, I'll actually have some life left in my mediums to fight him off. And we'll also look and try and run them in this tyre pace when they get onto fresh rubber, so I don't burn the tyres out too quickly as well. Just try and stretch that peak performance window. We've done a good job with Teo to pull him along for as long as we did. He definitely benefited from the slipstream in qualifying to get him up into 3rd place, and then we dragged him along for half the race away from the Ferraris. We did as much as we could, but it was getting to the point where we were going to start hurting Gasly's race if we carried that on. And there you can see he's lapping a second a lap slower than Leclerc right now. We've only got another 3 laps to go, I think, until I can pit Porsche. Maybe 4. Don't want to pit it, as I say, don't want to pit too early. Want to try and get an extra couple of laps out of these hards compared to where we planned to pit, so that the mediums are in better shape at the end of the race. Leclerc's tyres so much better than ours right now. Have we lapped anybody yet, or is that Magnussen in front? That is, yeah, that's the first car that would be lapped. That's Magnussen. So if we do get a safety car in the next few laps, which would be ideal, because it would give us a chance to jump onto those mediums with minimal time loss, then we can actually see if Magnussen does get lapped. We can actually see if he gets to unlap himself. They were a little vague in the update text. They said that cars would be able to unlap themselves assuming conditions were correct, or words to that effect. Like I said, I had a safety car at Zandvoort in the dying stages of the race earlier today on my Ferrari save, and we just spent 6 laps behind the safety car. Took a couple of laps for the field to all bunch together again, and then we spent 2-3 laps at the end. I think 3 laps just following the safety car around in a long continuous train, and nobody unlapped themselves. Nothing happened, and we went to the checkered flag behind the safety car. So I don't know what those conditions are. I've yet to see anyone unlap themselves in the game. Okay, we're ignoring that. Okay, with Porsche, because we are losing so much time to Leclerc, I am going to pit him next lap. So let's go ahead and book that in now.
Okay, let's box at the end of this lap, please.
I want to try and go another 3 laps with Gasly if I can. He's doing quite nice here, tucked in behind Verstappen. Saving a lot of fuel. They're probably going to take a lap's worth of fuel out of the car. Alonso, Russell and Perez all into the pits. They are probably going mediums. Yeah, mediums, mediums, and mediums. Let's keep an eye on their pace. See what they can manage on a fresh set of medium tyres. Okay, that's hurt Gasly.
Stop the lift off turn 1, please.
Copy.
Or you can use the deploy.
Gap to Leclerc now, less than 9
Yeah.
seconds. That gap's coming down faster than I'd like. A lot faster than I'd like. That's why I'm pitting Porsche a little earlier than I'd hoped to.
Let's push, come on. No lift and coast required.
Okay, here we go with Teo. Gotta imagine that the Ferrari's gonna go softs. .5 seconds, it's not bad. Oh, we're going to come out right by Sainz. We actually get out ahead of him. Oh, did he get DRS? I don't know. I'm not quite sure where the detection line is on that straight there. No, he didn't. Good. Last thing we want is to pull Sainz back up the order a little bit. Right, let's turn that pace down a touch.
Coast.
Now that we've broken away.
Give us a bit more lift off, please.
Copy.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, get out of the way.
It's just a yellow.
We can take a look now. Now watch this. Here's Alonso's car. And there it is. That's where they spin out.
Clumsy spin for the Lord of the Eyebrows there. All that work to get back into DRS and then we lose it because that pissing Aston Martin. Alright, let's box Gasly this lap.
Push hard, push hard.
Yeah.
Box, box.
I'm stuck behind these three again. Alright, that's Bottas.
Yeah, in the box.
Okay, copy that.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Alright, they go the mediums. Can we get out ahead of Leclerc? Again, we should be pretty comfortable here. Yes, we are. A lot more comfortable this time round. Excellent stuff again. So, once again, we're going to protect these tyres a little bit at the start here.
Okay.
So it's about 18 seconds needed to pit. We're 19 and a half off. Oh, damn it, the Ferrari's catching up. See if we can punch our way through.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment. Alright, buddy, push, push.
Go on, have a look up the inside. Not quite. On the run down to the hairpin, please. Norris has gone through 8 gearboxes in one season for you there, Anthony. Wow. Were some of those crash related? I'm going to guess.
Did a good job with everything so far.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Coast required.
Most of them. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, we're past Vettel.
We're doing a great job here.
We've got much better tyres, so even on this pace setting we should hopefully be able to pull away before the next DRS zone. Should, but not guaranteed. We are inside 18 seconds between Verstappen and Gasly. Tell me the... I wonder, is Leclerc, who's ahead of us, still hasn't pitted? Is he going to try and go to the end on those tyres? Sainz as well. That would mean Verstappen is going to the end as well. If they are, then... if anyone gets up behind them on fresher tyres, they're going to be easy pickings. Give it another couple of laps. In fact, looking at that tyre wear rate, because we extended for Gasly so much, I'm actually going to increase his tyre pace.
Let's go for a push.
He doesn't need to extend so much. Porsche, a little bit. I'm even going to start pushing Gasly pretty quick. In fact,
Copy.
just noticed that we don't have fastest lap. That's with Perez.
Okay,
Let's see if we can take that back.
Okay.
Okay, Vettel's trying to follow us through. Actually, that kind of makes sense. Vettel has got that newer engine. We have now dropped him. There we go. That's the 1 second that we needed. I would like to have more battery in Teo's car, but I just can't take my foot off the gas with him too much yet. You're going to sack Piastri. Who are you going to replace him with? Because you could pick up Ocon for about 4.5 million. About 4.5. If you offer him a contract at 4.5 mil for with a 500 grand signing bonus, no position bonus, he should accept that contract.
Very good luck.
He's got excellent control and excellent smoothness. Doesn't quite have the pace, but you can put his points into his braking and his cornering to improve that. Gasly's going to cost you at least 7.5 mil, maybe more. I thought you were in season 2. Are you still in season 1? Did Gasly only sign a 1-year contract then? Did he go to Alpine and then just sign a 1-year deal at Alpine?
Battery is on the low side.
Alright, Gasly did get his fastest lap back, that's good. Killed the battery completely, but I closed the gap to Verstappen significantly there, who I'm starting to think might be going to the end. Or is only going to do a few, 9 laps on the soft tyres. Gasly's only on a 1-year deal. Oh, I'm surprised by that. I would have thought he would have signed a longer deal than just 1 year. Alright, Porsche. 4 seconds behind Ferrari. Let's take a look. Assuming that the Ferraris are going to stay out, let's see what this does to the constructors. Ferrari winning the constructors by 6 points as things currently stand. So we have to get Porsche ahead of Leclerc.
Oh, did someone run wide
So it's
there?
time to up his pace.
Come on.
If we can get Gasly ahead of Verstappen as well, that gap now under 10 seconds. We did a monster lap last lap, which is why we were 2.5 seconds faster. That won't be that much this time round. There we go. It's still nearly 2 seconds though. Okay, so we should easily catch Verstappen if he stays out. If he pits, I don't think he's going to have enough time to close back on Gasly. It would probably put him behind. Actually, no. Let's see where would it put him at. It would put him back in second place. I don't know. Maybe he could close 9 seconds in that many laps. I think he must be staying out. Otherwise, he surely would have pitted by now. Unless he's just literally going to go right to the end of these tyres and then pit for the last 2, 3, 4 laps. Which would be throwing away the win. I'm all for that. As long as he stays ahead of Leclerc. I think if things stay exactly as they are and then we switch Porsche and Leclerc around, I think we'll finish level on points. I think it's 15 points for third. I think it's 12 points for fourth. Let's have a look. Yes, it's 12 points for fourth. So switching these two around would be a swing of 6 points, which would tie us in the constructors, and we should win on countback. Ooh. So all to play for here.
recharge on.
Gonna wait till I get into range first.
You can go recharge off if you want.
Okay, we're in range. Oh, we've got a yellow flag in sector 2.
Oh, they've run wide. Let's have
Sainz.
a look. Okay, here's the Ferrari. And they've gone
Oh,
wide.
please tell me he damaged the car doing that. He's up to 7th. That's the point. We've got to watch out for Sainz. If he gets... Okay, let's have a look. Sainz in 6th.
Okay, mate, good job.
Yeah, that's 6 points for the gap. So we can afford Sainz to finish in 6th as long as we swap Porsche and Leclerc around. Just to make doubly sure I want Verstappen to get passed by Gasly as well.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
This constructors battle is going down to the wire. This is glorious. Again, we are nearly 2 seconds a lap faster. Oh, that's a McLaren off. That's okay. It doesn't
I
affect.
think there's been a lock-up.
It doesn't give anything to put Sainz. It wasn't Vettel. Can't afford Vettel to spin out. If Vettel spins out now, I'm going to cry. We're going to be that much closer to winning the constructors and how it's snatched away again. And there we go, Porsche moves through, and that puts us top of the constructors on count back of wins. 12 wins against 6 for Ferrari.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Okay, here we go. Time to push. It needs to be a careful push, Teo. I don't want you to be reckless.
Let's pick our pace up, let's go.
I don't want you to do something stupid. Oh, Gasly's almost out of fuel. Got to watch that.
6 more laps. 6 more laps.
6 laps and a 4-second gap.
Yep.
We were, again, 1.7
Give us more
seconds
lift off,
faster. We should be on Verstappen in 2.5 laps time. Maybe 3 at the most. Porsche has done enough to break away. Let's calm him down.
Can we do lift and coast?
Yeah, it's all over. It's all over for Ferrari now. Unless something catastrophic happens to one of our two. Because if Verstappen drops out for whatever reason, yeah, it's going to elevate both Leclerc and Sainz, but it's also going to give me a 1-2, which is going to guarantee me the Constructors' Championship. As things currently stand, the only thing now that's going to... There's only 2 things that can happen that are going to change the balance if things were to finish exactly like this.
5 more laps. 5 more laps.
And that is something happening to one of my drivers, or something happening to Vettel. And Sainz had dropped behind Bottas. That actually gives us an outright win on points. I can't believe it's come down to literally the last couple of laps of the final Grand Prix. I honestly, I can't get over the fact that we're going to potentially win the Constructors here. And do the double. Pierre's been a magnificent signing. He's single-handedly powered us to this, well, almost single-handedly powered us to this World Championship. 11 wins, over 100 points clear in the Drivers' Championship. You know, definite world champion. You know, a long time confirmed now. But if we had stuck with Albon, we would not be in this position. We'd be looking probably at a top 3. But I think we'd probably be...
4 more laps, 4 more laps.
We'd probably be 3rd in the constructors behind Red Bull and Ferrari, and I don't know where we'd be in the drivers. Albon would be in a decent position, but I don't think he would probably have got a couple of wins. I mean, Porsche's had a win this season. We've had a really good car, but I don't think Albon would have won 11 races. He might have won 4 or 5, but not 11. And here we go. Gasly is on the back of Verstappen, who is staying out. He isn't pitting. And he's screwed either way now. If he pits, he loses the lead. If he stays out, he's going to get passed anyway. Look at the difference in tyres. I'm amazed that they've tried to stretch those tyres and do a one-stop. This is why I didn't even consider the one-stop, because I knew the tyres would be absolutely dead at the end of the stint. And if we were on the one-stop and they were on a two-stop, we'd be sitting ducks. And now that's exactly what's happening the other way round. It's not going to be a 1-2, but I'll take a 1-3. That'll be enough.
Three more laps, 3 more laps.
I'm happy to stay tucked up on this lap and then make the move next lap. Gasly may decide to take that into his own hands and just do it now. We'll see. Porsche is now 5 seconds ahead of Leclerc. We're going to have a number 1 on that car instead of a number 10 next season. And although there isn't a little badge like there is on football shirts for league champions, there's going to be in my mind, there's going to be a World Championship logo on that car for next season as well. It's been an amazing season. So many highs and lows. I thought I'd completely thrown away our chance of catching, of winning the World Championship at a couple of different points this season. France was a particularly bad race. Home race for both of our drivers. Home race for our engine supplier. I messed up the strategy and just blew the tyres way too fast.
Charge off.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Yeah, copy.
We need to push.
And there we go.
Yeah.
That move seals the World Championship.
You're doing a good job.
Oh, excuse me.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Here we go, final lap.
One more lap.
Keep everything crossed that nothing happens to Teo, because of the two drivers, it's going to be Teo. Something's going to happen. We've broken the 1 second to Verstappen.
Need to drop the pace.
Okay.
Let's bring it home now, Pierre. I've got to keep this series going. Oh, I'm going to. We are doing season 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this season's going to take a little break for a week. So we can just get a little bit more progress made on the Aston Martin career, and obviously, you know, get the Haas career up and running again, because we missed some races last week with me being ill. But yeah, this series isn't going anywhere. There'll be no Williams next week, but we will definitely be doing Williams season 3 in a couple of weeks' time. And there we go. Gasly comes up to the line. Win number 12 for him this season. Win number 13 for Williams. Just need Teo to bring it home across the line.
And it's Gasly, first over the line, and today's winner. Let's see what happened there. Here he is. Pierre Gasly finishes in first place.
Let's give Gasly his little celebration.
I don't think anyone would deny them their
His little
victory
fist
lap
pump and
after a
wave.
race like that.
Don't bin it. Don't bin it. He didn't bin it on the final corner. Oh, that would have been heartbreaking.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
And we've done it. We've won the World Championship in both categories. We've won the drivers a couple of races ago, and tonight we win the Constructors' Championship. Wow, look at that. We ended up winning by 7 points. Amazing. Amazing. I knew I was going to win win the World Championships with Williams. I didn't think I'd do it in just 2 years to win them both. And our lineup is going to be even stronger next year, because we are going to be replacing Porsche. He's had a good last couple of races, but he's also made too many mistakes this season. With the car having considerably less development hours available next year, holding on to this title is going to be really hard. And so I want to give us the best possible chance of doing that, and that means replacing Porsche with Norris. There'll be no podium celebration because Porsche made it onto the podium,
Pierre Gasly flew us to the
but we will get the pit lane celebration.
Williams have got to be happy with their results here. This was good work.
Not bad at all. The team in the pits will be happy with that.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
And that's it for this season of Formula One. The teams will be working hard in the break, gearing up for another year of thrilling F1 action.
There we go. What a great race that was. Performed better than I was expecting. Max did his part. He took points away from Ferrari. Quite happy that he finished second, because it was just, like I said, 18 points. Took points away from Ferrari. That was 18 points that Ferrari weren't able to collect. It cost them the chance of stopping us. There you see, fourth place for Charles Leclerc, 12 points for him. Sainz did get back into sixth in the end to get 8 points, but it wasn't enough. With Pierre getting ahead, we won by 7 points. Had Max stayed in front, we would still have won the Constructors on countback of wins, having been tied on points. One last look at the drivers' standings. You can see, there we go, Pierre Gasly with his 12th win of the season finishes on 450 points, 128 points clear of Charles Leclerc, who only had 5 wins. Sainz chipped in the extra win for Ferrari, 302 points. He was Mr. Consistency, even though he only got 1 win. He scored massive points for the team. He only finished 20 points behind his teammate. And you compare the difference between Sainz and Leclerc to Gasly and Pourchaire. Look at the difference there. Pourchaire, just 4 podiums all season in a car that for a while was the best car on the grid. And then started to slip away as other teams caught us in development. But yeah, a massive difference in the balance between, you know, where the points were being earned by our teammates there. Massive difference. So signing Norris will definitely help us with that. Speaking of Norris, you can see there he is in 13th, and he outscored Ricciardo in the end, despite having some shaky performances recently. Ricciardo with that 1 podium got a big chunk of points. Lando has been more consistent. The car hasn't been great for McLaren, and it probably won't ever be great for McLaren, but you know, he performed well, and I'm confident he'll do very well for us next season. Let's take a look at the rest of the final standings. Verstappen in 4th, Perez 5th. Red Bull again, not a bad little spread between the two of them in terms of points. 2 wins for Perez, only 1 win for Max, but Max more consistent in terms of results. 10 podiums to Perez's 5. There's Pourchaire in 6th, is 1 win and 4 podiums. Hamilton in 7th. Mercedes, you know, comfortably ahead of Alfa Romeo as the 4th best team there in the end. Then Bottas and Alonso 9th and 10th, you know, finishing a long way ahead of the 2 Alpines, who did start to really come back at various different points in the season. Big points for Vettel today, 10 points with that new engine, certainly helped him out. There's the Constructors' Championship. As we saw, 7 points ahead of Ferrari, the final position. 631 to 624, that's fantastic. Red Bull a distant 3rd, 463. Mercedes 198, but comfortably clear in the end of Alfa Romeo with 154. Alpine takes 6th, McLaren takes 7th, 8th for AlphaTauri, 9th for Haas, who chipped in with 13 points. Aston Martin, the only team just not to score any points this season. We do get another development point for Gasly as well, which is excellent stuff. We had exceptional races for both our drivers. That's great. Great to see that. This is going to be Logan and Teo's last race with the team. Both of them going to be replaced at the end of this season. Logan was never in contention for a seat in the team. I just wanted to give him some experience, some training, and also, having signed him as an F1 reserve driver, at least try and help him get a position with another team, make him a little bit more of an attractive proposition. Bonuses, we pay out 25 grand to Teo for the final time this season. We do complete all of our performance incentives and guarantees. Both our streaks are completed, so we end up with a nice 7 million at the end of the race. Our spare chassis, which we didn't need, was manufactured over the weekend. We have finished our front wing research as well, which gives us time to get one more research project in there until the end of the season. Let's go to Gasly and allocate that point. I'm going to put that into his reactions. No point for Logan. Let's check our staff. Nope, no points for them. Okay, let's go to cars. Go to car part development. This is the last project that we can get done. The others will be done pretty much at the very end of the season itself, or the end of the year itself. So whatever we do is the only project that we've got to do left. We've got 7 available engineers, so we can put 6 as the maximum engineers into this part. Let's see. We've done 2 front wing projects now. I'm going to see, can I do something with the underfloor? Okay, even without doing anything to the sliders, I can't do an underfloor project. I'm just not going to have enough time. I'm going to be over by 16 days. So I've only got 34 days. So I can't do an underfloor. I have done 1 side pod. I've got suspension already going through. I could see if I can do another front wing, again for the brake cooling. Ooh. Okay, so we could just squeeze that in. I don't think we could do anything in terms of the sliders. Or maybe we can. Okay. Let's see what I can get away with. Is that it? That's it. That's all I can get away with. Okay. I know we're going to get losses in these departments. Brake cooling is going to be more important, I think. So I'm going to put the point in brake cooling. So I could do that. Or, what might be a better idea, there's no regulation changes on the chassis. I've done 2 front wing projects already, actually, so maybe not. Maybe side pods. Let me just back out for a second. Let's take a look at our car analysis. Engine cooling is pretty weak, so yeah, let's go with a side pod project. See if we can squeeze one of those in. Improve our engine cooling going into next season. So new research project, side pods, 6 engineers. So minimal, with no changes at all to the sliders. That gives us 4 days to play about with. So we want to boost engine cooling. We want to try and boost drag reduction a bit. Let's sneak these up as much as I can. And there we go. That is too much. So there we go. That's the best I can do in the time that I have. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's take a look at our emails. On behalf of the board, I want to extend a very eager congratulations for winning both the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships. Our confidence in you has clearly been well placed, and we could not be happier for the success or prouder of Williams. What a truly fantastic season of Formula One. Keep up the great work, Patrick. It has been an incredible season, and there's the breakdown. You can see Gasly winning the Drivers, the team winning the Constructors. Congratulations from Patrick about winning the race. There is the end of the 2023 season breakdown. Pierre Hamlin very happy that his driver has won the Drivers' Championship. Simone Resta very happy that the team's won the Constructors. A thank you from Pierre for helping him win the Drivers' Championship. We have our board review in 7 days. If they are not over the moon with this, then there's something very, very wrong with the board. Front wing research complete. There's the chassis manufactured done. We're all caught up on emails. Let's check what's coming up on the calendar. This was the very last day that we could actually start a project. Car development. Oh no, it's car part development is locked. Yeah, so we can't design any more parts. We don't need to. We've got the facility upgrade to the scout department due in 2 days. Speaking of facilities, let's take a quick look. CFD simulator is in an upgrade at the moment. That's not going to be ready till mid-January. Those are, well, that's a little bit low. I can't afford an upgrade, nor do I particularly want to put the money into an upgrade right now, because I've got, you know, a driver to sign, or 2 drivers to sign. We can't refurb till that drops down, so we'll just have to ride that one out. Suspension simulator is going to be fine. Wind tunnel's going to be fine for a bit. Factory is all sparkly, glowing, pristine, shiny new. Team hub is good. Race sim is good. Scout department, as we know, is almost done. Facilities here, not worried about the boardroom or the hospitality. Weather centre, we can look at that next season. Helipad, can't fix that yet. We'll be fixing that at the beginning of March. Memorabilia is fine. Tour centre is fine. Okay, let's advance some time. So that's our scouting done. Let me just check, actually. Who are we scouting right now? Are we scouting engineers? No. Are we scouting anybody at all at the moment? Are we scouting drivers? Yes, we're scouting Doohan and Piastri. Why was I scouting those guys? Was it just to keep an eye on young talent? I think it was. Okay. Let's go ahead and hire that extra scout. There we go. Staff changes. All of our staff are on long-term contracts. Driver changes, well, there will be some. There haven't been yet, but there will be. Who else did I want to scout? There's our new reserve driver. Just looking down to see if we've got any really superstar young drivers coming up. I'm going to scout Hajar. I know he's going to be a good driver in in a few years' time. As is Jack Crawford. That's a regen. Lena Berg. She's a new addition to the grid. Any female drivers are, regens. There's another one, May Mitchell. Let's just quickly filter by age. See if there's any superstar 16-year-olds coming in. Oh, there's no 16-year-olds at all. 18's the youngest. And there you can see, Behrman, the highest rated of the young drivers. Then Jack Crawford. Nicholas Mack, he's new. He's one we'll have to keep an eye on. Zdenek Chovanek, I think he's new. Johnny Etiquette isn't. Pitsy isn't. Stanek isn't. May Mitchell, we've looked at her. Werner Stein is new. Fabian Moreno, I think he might be new. Lisa Vincent is new. Ushizima isn't. Colapinto isn't. Maloney isn't. Hauger, Porsche. Wright Rivers, that's a new driver. Laneyberg we've looked at. Ivan Contreras, I think, is new. I'm not sure about William Alatalo. I think he's new. I think Collett is an existing driver. I'm not sure. Yeah. So yeah, there's a few new drivers that we can keep an eye on over the next few seasons. But let's continue to advance time. It's our board review. Congratulations, your leadership has helped Pierre Gasly earn their championship win. Congratulations, you've led your team to championship victory. So there we go, end of season board review. Target position was 6th, we finished 1st. Our long-term objective was to score points in 50% of the season's races. We scored points in all of them. So we absolutely crushed both objectives there. There you can see our best performance for driver and constructor. Team rating has not gone up. I'm surprised by that. I would have thought adding 2 championships would have given us a bit of a boost. And we do have high confidence from the board, so we do get an additional 1.5 mil as a bonus. Okay, there's our scout reports. We have a reduction of 11 points on front and rear jacks. That's not so good. Only 8 points on tyre changes. That's good. Wing adjustments go down by 11 points. Ouch. Car release goes down by 9 points. Okay, so we've got some work to do again with our pit crew. Regulation changes for next season. Minor technical changes, as you can see. It's high-speed changes that's mostly affected. They are the only changes for next season. No changes to points, no changes to finance. Fred Gill suggesting Zach O'Sullivan as an up-and-coming driver. He's been in the game since day one, so he's not new. We've got idle engineers, but we can't do anything with that one single solitary engineer. Scouting complete on Jack Doohan and Oscar Piastri. Okay. Let's go ahead and move time on again. Seems a bit odd not improving the team rating. Yeah, I think so as well. I don't know if that's a bug, or I would have thought, you know, adding two championships in one season would have given us some kind of boost. Boardrooms in poor condition. Well, I don't care. The board are as happy as they're going to get. They're going to have to hold off for a bit before they get an upgrade. Design center upgrade is complete. That doesn't give us an additional capacity for parts, but it does give us 5 slots for 5 more engineers, which we're not going to hire until the start of the new season, just to save an extra bit of cash for a week. We're up to 26.8 mil. That's good. Our suspension project is complete. There we go. A nice little boost in airflow, brake cooling, drag reduction, and some downforce improvements as well. There's our rear wing project. And our side pod project. So that's it. Research for the year is done. We get a report on Isaac Hajar. Let's take a look at what he looks like right now. No, it's not bad for a young driver. You know, those stats, there's nothing there that's stellar, but there's nothing there that's horrendous either. That's a pretty balanced split. You know, another young, talented French driver. Low aggression, so he's less likely to make mistakes. Very high growth potential at this point in his career. Definitely one we'll keep an eye on for the future. We have a point for Porsche. We'll go ahead and give him a boost to his reactions before we kick him to the curb. Gasly doesn't have another point. You can see his driver number has now changed to driver number 1. Logan is going to get another point before he gets shown the door. We'll give him some cornering boost. There we go. Now we're going to scout some drivers. So let's jump back up to the top. We're going to go, let's see, Hamilton is in free agency, and so is Bottas. Is Hamilton... Yeah, Hamilton is available to sign if we... God, can you imagine actually signing Hamilton? Yeah, we're not going to do that. It's going to be too expensive wage-wise. I mean, he's a great driver, but I don't want to pay 25 million a season. George Russell is interested. Ooh, okay. See, I was all down to sign Lando, but now I'm thinking about bringing George back to Williams. His braking needs a little bit of work, his cornering needs a little bit of work, his reactions are great, his control is excellent, his smoothness is you know, top tier, his accuracy is very strong. The one real weakness in his game at the moment is his defending. Let's compare him to Lando. Okay, George is better across the board. He's only down a couple of points on defending over Lando. He's up by 2 points in overtaking, up by 2 points in adaptability, up 7 points in smoothness, up 6 points in reactions, up 1 point in accuracy, up 2 points in cornering. He's down 4 points in braking and 4 in control, but they're still very impressive stats. Ooh, do we bring George Russell back? I was so set on signing Lando, but you know what? I'm going to go for Russell. Let's offer Russell a contract. I mean, it depends on what kind of contract he's willing to accept. I suspect he'll want a fair bit more than the 2.3 million he's on right now. There will be a small buyout fee, but not a huge buyout fee, and it'll be a small-ish break contract fee with Porsche. Let's offer him a deal. So we want him to replace Teo on a 5-season deal. Let's offer him 2.75. It's going to be almost insulting, but let's offer him 2.75 just to see what he's going to say. We're going to offer him a good starting bonus though. We're going to offer him 500k. As a signing bonus. And let's see what he thinks of this. He's probably going to hate that salary. It's more than he's on right now, but yeah, it's not enough. I didn't think it would be. Okay, let's give him a more sensible offer. Let's give him 7.5 mil. See what he thinks of that. It's still not enough. Yeah, this is what I was expecting. Okay, let's go up to 10. This is what we were expecting to pay for Lando, in the region of 10 to 12 million. So we'll try 10 mil. It's still not enough. I've only got one more chance. I'm going to go to 12 mil. That's 10 mil more than he's on right now. And it's still probably not going to be enough. Let's go 12 and a half. I'm also going to increase the signing bonus to make that extra appealing. I'm going to push that all the way up to 1 million. I know he's going to be happy with just 500k, but the bigger we make the signing bonus, the smaller the wage needs to be. Likewise, if you overinflate the salary, you can reduce or even completely remove the starting bonus. Let's see if 12.5 mil with a 1 mil signing bonus is enough to bring him back. It is. There we go. It's a little more than I wanted to pay, but you know, considering his stats, and he's only 25, that is more than fair, I think. 12.5 mil, and it's a 5-year deal. So welcome back to Williams, Mr. George Russell. There we go. I was not expecting to sign him. I was all amped up to sign Norris. I've been talking about Norris for nearly half a season now, as we are definitely signing Norris. And then immediately we go and sign someone else instead. Behrman. Let's sign Behrman to our reserve team. We're going to sign him for 5 seasons. I'm going to offer him 250 grand. He's probably going to want more than that, but we'll see. Okay, that's not enough. Let's drop that to 4 seasons and let's up this to 500. Let's give him a decent. He's going to be on that for 4 years. Actually, no, let me try. Yeah, 4 seasons as a reserve driver, maximum. Hopefully he's going to be in the car within 3. Yeah, there we go. So thank you for your service, Logan. We wish you well in your future endeavours. Welcome, Oliver Behrman. Pinched from the Ferrari Driver Academy there. That is the first time in any of my save files I've signed Oliver Behrman. I've been wanting to on so many occasions, but it's the first time I've actually done it. That is awesome. So there is our new driver lineup for next season. We have George Russell, Mr. Saturday, who has really strong stats across the board. Really strong stats on a decent wage as well. 12.5 mil is not obscene. It's a pretty decent salary. Pierre Gasly, he's on what, 8 mil, 7.5 mil. We've got him for another 3 years, so that's at least 3 years of Oliver Behrman as a reserve driver. And look at Oliver's stats there, for a nice 18-year-old young English driver. Again, nothing stellar, nothing monstrously bad. Everything pretty good though. I mean, the lowest he's got is a 65. Everything else is mid to high, you know, is sort of mid 70s, bar his braking. So in 2-3 seasons, this guy is going to be a monster. He's going to be phenomenal in 3 seasons' time. Let's take a look at our staff. Are we making any more changes here? Not to Simone Resta. Not yet. He has got another point. Where do I want to put this? We know how important the underfloor is, so I'm going to put it in the underfloor. Tondi does not have a point. He's so close, look. So close to getting another point. No points for Josh. No points for Pierre. Pit crew, we're going to put them... They look better than I thought they were going to, actually. Wing adjustment is pretty bad. I'm going to leave them on wing adjustment, try and boost that as much as we can. Is that everything? We have got a fair bit of money in the bank. I don't want to spend a huge amount of money. I want to go into next season with a good chunk of money. I know we're going to lose some of this money anyway. Yeah, the board doesn't need an upgrade. I am going to go ahead and drop another upgrade on the scouting department. Let's get a fourth scout in. Right. That's the research done that we know about. That's it. That is the end of Season 2. What a season it's been. We've had some incredible races. We've had some utterly bonkers races. We've had some amazing overtakes and phenomenal comebacks through the field after mistakes. We've had a superlative season for Gasly, winning 12 of 22 races and almost single-handedly powering Williams to the Constructors' Championship. We do want to say thank you to Teo for the points that he chipped in and his win as well. We actually gave Teo a win as well as a few extra podiums, but in the end his performance gap was just too big, and with next season's car going into the season going to be very strong at the start but have very little development available to us next season, I wanted to make sure I had a much stronger lineup. So we brought back George Russell to Williams, and what a lineup we've got going into next season. Two amazing drivers and a supremely talented young rookie who will be our new reserve driver replacing Logan. So tomorrow we will be back with Haas and picking up race 6 at Barcelona. Then race 7 on Thursday. Friday we'll be doing a race for Aston Martin, and then next week, Monday and Tuesday, we will probably do 2 more Aston Martin races, and then go Haas for Wednesday, Thursday, and Aston Martin again on Friday. And then the week after that, Williams will be back with Season 3. So until then, thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll see you all again very soon.